Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga Sunday. Welcome to Infinity. Welcome to this wonderful and divine space. We're so excited to have you check in with us on this beautiful day. Today is the 22nd of November in the year 2020. 2020 is the year of focus to fruition. I've got the power. That's what we've been working on this year. I've got the power, and no COVID, no coronavirus, no flu, no any dis-ease is going to stop us from manifesting that energy of having the power. So as you are checking in with us, I say good morning to you. I welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship, to fourth Sunday. Every fourth Sunday is Yoga Sunday. That is when we take the lessons that we learn throughout the month on first, second, and third Sundays, and we actually put them into the body, into the physical space. So I say good morning to you, to our first timers, to our long timers, to our new timers, to all of you. I welcome you into this space we call the Infinity Fellowship. I'm Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, as it says on the screen. I am the Chief Spiritual Officer here at Infinity, and I want to welcome everyone into this space. You have squarely landed in the core of consciousness, the space that many call the apex of authenticity. So you're here today. Congratulate yourself for being here today, for making it into this space. This is the space of love, of expansion, of growth. And in Infinity, we don't just tolerate people, we affirm people. So we affirm who you are today. We want you to walk in that affirmation of love. Proudly be who you are, where you are, why you are, all of the 5 W's. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This is the home for people who consider themselves more spiritual than religious and need a space to build community. So we're building community here. We're happy to have you here. We're happy that you are watching live. We're happy that you might be watching the replay. For those of you who attend a service, a mosque, a synagogue, a space anywhere else, and then come back to Infinity to get some other spiritual tools, we welcome you into this space as well. We welcome those of you who got a little church on this morning and decided to put it in your body as well later on today. We welcome you too. So thank you for tuning in to Infinity today. What makes us so exciting as a spiritual community is our diversity in presentation. First and second Sundays, you know, we have our standard rockin' service. On third Sundays, last week, we have If Speaks, where you have a chance to actually interact during the morning message, ask any questions that you have, get any spiritual guidance that you need. That's a unique space at Infinity. And for those of you who didn't get your holiday tips, I refer you to last week's live stream so you can get some of those spaces that will help you navigate dis-ease as you're going into the Thanksgiving, the Thankskeeping, the Thanks-taking holiday, however you view it. When you're thinking about getting together, we want you to be safe in this space. And on fourth Sundays, today, we do the moving meditation of Yoga Sunday. Even if this is your first time, and this is your first time at Yoga Sunday, I'm congratulating you and telling you that you have to do what your body tells you to do. And for those who are out there saying, yoga, I don't know about that yoga, trust me, it's going to make a difference in your life. We don't want you to absorb a bunch of spiritual lessons. We don't want you to become the greatest book reader on the planet and amass a collection that will shock and all your friends, and then you're not around to enjoy it. So that's why we have to put something into this game called life. We have to put something into this physical earth suit so that we can be around to enjoy life and have life more abundantly. Make sense? Yes? Good. In between these experiences, we do community services, building of housing, feeding of those who are hungry, educating young people, doing the work that it takes to manifest divine purpose. So if you've been seeking that space, y'all, if you are gearing up for next week, which after service is our online new members orientation, send us an email after you get off the mat today, infinitynashville@gmail.com. So, Yoga Sunday, I want you to get ready to get set up, clear a space on the floor, clear an opening, someplace that you can practice. For those of you who are yogis and you have your mat, you know how you do it. Put your mat out, get your blocks out, get your strap out if you need your strap. If you need a towel, get that too. If you're not a yogi and this is your first time, all you need is to lay down in a space where you can fit. So I'm 6'2", so I find a place at home where I can get 6 foot and 3 inches. And I practice in the bathroom, I practice in the garage, I practice in a number of places, on the yard, on the porch. If you're in a nice environment, pick a place where you can spread out a little bit. And we're going to work that today. So we're ready to begin, Infinity. And as such, we want to start with our divine and sacred moment, which is affirmative prayer. So we're going to ask that you take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release. Another deep and centering breath in. Exhale to release. Finally, another deep centering breath in. Exhale to release. Allow your eyes to close. We encourage you in this moment to tap into the God of your acceptance and understanding, to see that energy, to feel that energy, as we invoke it now to open infinity. Oh, unlimited, boundless, divine God source, we thank you for this moment that you have gathered us together in. Thank you for getting us here. Thank you for what it took to assemble not only in this physical space, but what it took for everyone to come together and to get on their floor, to get in their living room, to get in their garage, to get in wherever they are, to put in the work that they're willing to put in, to tune their body frequency with their mind and spirit frequency today. Thank you for the joyful gift of being able to have a Yoga Sunday, for the gift of being able to gather together in a space to let people know that they are not alone, they are not left out. They are not strange. They are not weird. They are not seen as odd because they are free thinkers. Thank you for assembling the free thinkers in this moment today. Thank you for the commitment that each and every one has made to show up on this morning, to show up on the replay, to click on, to dive in, and to pull out that spirit energy from within and shine that light without. We speak the igniting of our higher consciousness today as our practice is about the third eye, that energy of being able to not only see you, but to know you and to connect to that space inside of us that always affirms that you are never away from us. We're always connected, and because we're always connected, we're always protected. And because we're always protected, we're never rejected. And even if those around us reject us, we know that as long as we walk in alignment with you, everything is going to be all right. So thank you for the activists out there in the streets. Thank you for the politicians who are coming around to a new level of consciousness. Thank you for the business creatives and the artists out there who are sparking new things in their lives and their worlds today. Thank you for all that you have given to us. And we speak that something is said, shared, felt, experienced in the stretching and the moving of our bodies, embraced in the breath that we have today that will remind us that we are ever and always connected to you. For these and other things we cannot put into words, we simply say we thank you. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in with me. Exhale to release. We invite you, as you are appearing online, as you are starting your chats, as you are starting your comments, because we love when your comments come in early. It means that you are a part of the service, and in a few minutes you won't have any hands to type with. So we invite you now, as we pour our libations, to go ahead and think of the names of the ancestors, those you would like to remember in this space today, as we pour our sacred libations at our sacred altar. We pour libations for those gathered here in this space, On the altar, which is represented by the four elements, the fire, the water, the air, and the earth, in acknowledgement of the ancestors who have walked before, upon whose shoulders we stand, in all directions, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, to the advanced spaces of up, down, and in the middle where our heart center resides. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That energy of Ashe, that energy of breath, that energy of spirit. When we think about all that our people have been through, I guarantee you, as Brother Dr. George Lockett would remind us, he would say that there ain't nothing you've been through that your ancestors haven't survived already. So we've been through some things, they've been through some things, but we are here because we're standing on those strong and mighty shoulders. So as those names come in, as you remember those folks, I invite you to call their names aloud. To the ancestral mothers, Ashe. To the ancestral fathers, Ashe. To the ancestral grandparents and great uncles and nieces and nephews and cousins and best friends and those who have transitioned into the space of life after life, but who gave us a gift of love while they were here, Ashe. To those who may not have been perfect, but they served their purpose, which was to actually get us here. And because they got us here, they gave us that spirit of survival. And they gave us a demonstration sometimes of imperfection so that we can know how to perfect our walk for ourselves and coming generations, Ashe. And to those names who are appearing online right now, to those names who are being spoken in the space right now, we pause so that we can hear those names, meditate on those names, and feel those names in this space. Horace Frazier, Eloise Frazier, Edward H. Carr, Thomas Hayes, Gussie Hayes, the ancestors on the Carr side, those on the Hayes side. And to the children in the world, the womb, and yet unborn, we speak it such and open the portal to infinity today, and so it is. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o. Okay, good. Testing 1, 2. Gotcha. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Can't hear you. As I was saying in my monologue just now, in my silent monologue, we are live, y'all. I was saying in my silent monologue, and I'm going to shout you all out again. This has happened, will say, 2016, we began to try to experiment with different types of technology, but from 2014 all the way now to 2020, 6 years of existence, I can say that I've had 2 of those moments where I was talking and I had a nice little monologue and didn't realize that the mic was not on. So I'll take 2 times out of, I don't know how many Sundays, 300 plus Sundays. But thank you for that. All of our ancestors, our spaces, and thank y'all for putting that in there. CW, good to have you. Sister Rosetta, good to have you. Good to have the ancestors, Sister Felina, Sister Rosetta, First Time Yoga Sunday. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be popping. It's going to be on. everybody. To see the ancestors coming into the space here, those are the people you call on. And I'm going to say, for those of you who are first timers, know that we're not just in here playing with this yoga thing. We're here moving it forward. The ancestral energy is powerful. When I went through, I've been practicing yoga now for over a dozen years, but when I went through my official training, I'm a 200-hour certified yoga instructor as well, power yoga, in the Baptiste tradition. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into until that first 15 minutes on the mat. And I will tell you that not only did I make it through, but I would not have made it through had I not called on every single ancestor I knew in creation to get me through that downward facing dog that first time. But we're not going to kill you like that today. That's going to be our Thursday classes. I think Sister Kanitha, I might be going back to teaching some power yoga on Zoom. We're going to get to that. But today, you need it, we're going to get it. We'll get you in some good shape. But I'm here to tell you guys, especially our first timers, if you're a first timer at Infinity, go ahead and type first time. People love to shower you with energy. This is the time to shower folks with that energy, with that love, because when you shower people with love, they return the favor and you generate the attitude of gratitude. So if you got something that you're grateful for today, we're going to give a pause in that moment for you to share what that is that you're grateful for. So go ahead and type one thing that you're grateful for, and let's see if we can start a gratitude chain to popping and getting that thing going. This is a good day to say good morning to you. One thing that you're grateful for. One thing that I am grateful for is the ability to not have a chain that is broken because of technology. So we have an opportunity to connect with everybody every Sunday right here at Infinity. So as you're feeling good morning to you, that vibe that's playing under, good morning to you, good morning to you. First time at Weena, we're grateful for you. First time, good to see you on here. Good to have you on here in this space. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, we got the welcomes coming in. Sister Cassandra is grateful for peace. Oh yeah. First time, good morning. I'm shouting all of y'all out. You know, I'm putting y'all up on the screen because as I said earlier, Sister Alicia usually is handling this. But I'm getting the opportunity to play with the tech, and I realize that it's insane, right? But it's a challenge, but I'm also grateful every single Sunday I got her. Now we got her on the mat, too. Oh, yeah. Rondalyn's in the house. Sister Angela's grateful for health and connection with spirit. Natamisi is grateful for infinity, friends, families, opportunities, and health. Yeah, y'all, generate that attitude of gratitude. You're going to need it in a minute. When we get in that second downward facing dog, trust me, you're going to need it. All right. Shuktudu gratitude, grateful for positive, clean bill of health for my colonoscopy and liver ultrasound. Come on through. Sister Rosetta, we're going to make sure that Sister Edwina says, grateful for family. We're going to make sure that we reinforce that health, that glowing and radiant health. We're going to do that. Yoga's going to do that. We're going to, I love it, y'all. Grateful for the spirit guides who lead me here. Great, man. Oh, y'all are so awesome. Y'all are so awesome. All right, good. Well, let me get to where, whoa. I got my song music popping in now. Y'all can't hear because the mics are off in the back, but everybody here is laughing with me. They're not laughing at me. They're not laughing at me. They're laughing with me. To our first timers here, to everyone who is a first timer, we want to welcome you to Infinity. We want to welcome you to this space today. And we want to welcome you to the space of Infinity Fellowship. We're going to go through our statement of infinitude so that you know exactly what we're here for and what we do. Our statement of infinitude is a space that defines for us how we pull people together across so many different traditions. We can often fight, but as Rumi, the poet, reminded us, truth is but a mirror shattered, with each of us holding a piece and thinking they have their own. So when we have that mirror piece and we can put it together, we put it together under a concept called infinitude. So I draw your attention to the screen for the foundational principles of Infinity Fellowship. Here at Infinity, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That's an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we affirm that connection. Whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God, interchangeably with the universe, divine source. Whatever you see around you is proof that it was showing off when you were created in image and likeness. So we're speaking aloud our core agreements today. We call that infinity. And that attitude that we pronounce here is gratitude. We have 4 principles of infinity that we practice, and we call it SNAP. You'll hear us when we do our regular service, snapping our fingers. That snap energy is real. The S is for spirituality. Spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. When you get spirituality down, you have to have nurturing. That's what the N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every single day. Finally, and this is the part that I love, proof. P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful you are all here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation. That divine, powerful spirit, perceived by many different names and yet known by one energy. So I invite you to join me at home for the statement of infinitude. Feel free to read along with us as the Spirit guides you. You'll see the words on the screen. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient words of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in there. Great meditation on the energy that is in the statement of infinitude. When you hear us use the various terms there, to demystify some of that, that's what some of those meanings are right there on the screen, so that you have an understanding of what that means to you and what that means for you, and what we say when we're in this space. And so it is. Ashe. If you're a first-time visitor, I want to welcome you into the space for the very first time. Let you know that at Infinity we see the real you. We feel this gratitude energy that is coming from you and coming from all of us, because we're all creating that, yeah? We see you today as who you truly are. If you're a first timer, you're not just a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You're a spirit who's navigating the human experience like the rest of us. And so we like to hold our hands up to you at this point. If you're a first timer, somebody tagged you, thank that person for tagging you later on. Say, hey, I appreciate you. You got me here. You told me about this space. It's because they loved you enough to say, I know a space that will vibrate well with you. So we say our special visitors welcome, where we give you the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why you are. So we got 2 folks who will send this energy to each other. And if you're at home, you can receive this energy yourself. If you're with your family, you can repeat it to them, whatever it might be. Take a deep breath in, exhale. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you and you're at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. All right. We got the welcome going. We got the love energy going. We got the groove energy going. Now that everybody's in there, oh, Sister Sanho, good to see you. Come on through. We got it, everybody. We got the love. We got the space. So we're going to tell you how we're going to do this today so we can dive right in. We're going to get that body on the mat now. We're coming to that point now where I won't be seeing any comments because you're going to be on the mat. So clear the space on the floor if you need to. Clear a space on the couch if you need to, whatever it is, wherever you're going to be working today. Get your space clear. Get your water next to you. Get you a towel next to you. We're going to absorb today's meditation. We're going to move through our movement yoga practice. We're going to speak an affirmation through you, over you, and around you when we get to Shavasana. Shavasana is the final pose in any yoga practice. It basically means laying out. Shavasana, corpse. Shava, corpse, Sanskrit. Asana pose, Shavasana, corpse pose, laid out pose. That's the end, because you want to be in a space where you can then be resurrected and come back to this world. Then we'll participate in our giving, because giving is a part of what we do here at Infinity. We'll do that after the practice, and then we'll come together to close. So a few notes, y'all, as you're getting to your space. Yoga is breathing throughout. Yoga is not pain. So don't get into a space where you feel like you gotta feel the burn. No, that's something else. We'll do that some other time. But for today, we want you to understand that even if this is your first time moving through yoga, do what your body tells you to do. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to that space. Pay attention to the guided space of love. If you want to put a little music on in the background, you want to put a little jazz on in the background, we're going to go ahead and allow you to get your space in mind. So as we are in there, begin to find a space where you can sit upright, a place where you can absorb the energy today. I'm going to give you a few nuggets to think about, to put into your consciousness as you're moving your body today. I was working on the practice last night, and I did walk through the practice this morning, and that energy of the third eye is like on fleek. So my energy in my third eye, my pineal gland space, is literally saying there may be somebody there who's feeling intimidated by the concept of doing yoga, and they're thinking about clicking off. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trust me. Yoga is for all levels. For those who are advanced yogis, you can take each pose deeper. Those of you who are yoga teachers, you can add twists. You can add intensity because you know what to do. You don't have to deprive yourself of a practice. For those of you who are first timers, you can do what you can do best. Yoga, yoke, stillness. When you go back to the original Upanishads and the Yoga Sutras, and you go through the understanding of the Vedic tradition, or even the Kemetic tradition from which this sprang, it was about finding a space of stillness, sitting on the floor, crossing your legs, breathing. That's yoga. That's yoga as much as an upside down headstand is. So it's all good in this space. I'm going to invite you to tune in and check out the screen for today's meditation. Comes from Abraham Hicks. That vibration is there. The thoughts that you think will, wanted or not wanted, eventually become manifestation if your vibrational accord is sufficient enough. And so you could say, as you're launching thoughts of appreciation and things that make you feel good, that you're filling your vibrational escrow full of all kinds of things that are going to please you when you get there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Vibrational escrow. Whatever you think goes someplace. If you're buying a house and you have to put in a down payment, they take the down payment money and they put it in escrow. It's a dedicated space so that you're not going to go and dip back into it and spend it on a car or do something else. It is a statement of commitment. You have a vibrational escrow today. Your third eye is a space of vibrational escrow. It becomes a space where you begin to see, to manifest things. So if you put things that you don't want, if you put things that you do not want into your vibrational escrow, that is a down payment on more things that you do not want. So when you reach a point where you're thinking negatively about yourself, where you are doubting yourself, where you are criticizing yourself, when you are second and third and fourth guessing yourself, what you're doing with those thoughts is you are creating a vibrational vortex, as Abraham Hicks would say. You are creating a vortex space where you are now nurturing the seeds of all of that unwanted stuff. So today, understand that when you pour positive vibrational frequencies and positive thoughts into a new kind of vortex, and that vortex energy is existing in your third eye, when you pour that energy in, what you're doing is saying, I'm putting a down payment on something that's going to pay off. So the big payoff comes when that vibrational escrow is tapped into, and it is an investment account, and it begins to manifest fruit in all kinds of ways, not just financial ways, yes, that too, but in spiritual ways, and in relationship ways, and in connection ways, and in moments that some of you, ways that got some of you here today. Because some of you said, you know what, I'm bored. I'm just going to click on this because somebody had been telling me about it. Others were watching another program, Vibrational Frequency. And you said, you know what, there's a link here. I'm going to click on that. That's not an accident. It's because you tuned yourself to a space where you said, I'm ready to move and expand. I'm ready to embrace my health. I'm willing to embrace my consciousness. I'm willing to expand my heart. And so that vibrational frequencies escrow is now paying dividends now in your life. This is the power of that third eye space. So we're going to focus that energy today, in that energy, into that third eye chakra. Everybody at home and in the space say chakra. Every Yoga Sunday, I do this because I'm not using any terms that's going to freak anybody out and make them think, oh, he's so intelligent. He's using these Sanskrit words. I don't know what they mean, but it must be something because he's using them. No, I want to tell you what they mean. Chakra simply means wheel in Sanskrit. It is one of the 7 life energy centers in the body. When you see portraits like you see here now that define the energy coming from the root, the space of grounding and survival, that's the red space at the bottom of the spine, to the sacral, to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, where we were last month, to the third eye, this space of insight and transcendence. We talk about the third eye. This is a symbol that you see for the root, for the third eye chakra. It's called ajna. Everybody say ajna. Ajna. Ajna is fire. Ajna is command, but particularly self-command. Self-command. See, you're thinking, and I got to say this because it's part of the practice, right? We look for people to command us. In very strict religious spaces, there's a doctrine that I got away from because it bothered me, of sheep and shepherd. You had to follow someone else as they followed another entity or deity or intercessor, whether it was Jesus or whether it was prophet, whatever it may have been. It was a disconnect between you and that divine source. And I was being told, and at some point I believed, because I was a believer, that I was a sheep. And I was a sheep, and sheep are in search of a shepherd. And so the shepherd commands and the sheep follow. Well, the third eye is not about that. The third eye is about understanding that the self-command is not a deification of you, of us, but it is an understanding that that third eye is a window. That third eye is the connection space between you and the God of your personal acceptance and understanding. That's why when you no longer trust the physical eyes, you can connect with that space that taps you in to what is truly real, because these physical eyes can be deceived. We're going to do a little exercise in a minute for that, but they can be deceived. But your intuition is real. We walk by faith, not by sight. I can't help it. When you reinterpret these scriptures the right way, you understand that all of these things are connected. The third eye is about light, the energy of light. The third eye is the pineal gland. So I want you to look between your eyebrows, right? You can cross them up. Look right there between your eyebrows. But if you feel that energy, I want you to consider this space right between your eyebrows and then slightly above. If you were to trace that line straight back and then draw a line from the top of your head and trace it straight down, the points in which they intersect is a place in the body called the pineal gland. So the third eye is actually real. It's a third eye. It's a space inside of you. During the embryonic stage of being a baby, there's actually an eye space that begins to develop that dissolves as the baby gets older, but it becomes a pineal gland. It is a space where melanin exists in your body. It is a space where melatonin and serotonin dance between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning. That's the time when you usually have your dreams. This is all scientific. It is also the space that regulates the photosynthetic process of vitamin D coming into our bodies and then moving through to calm us down. Vitamin D is important. Now we're living in a time where we've discovered that it helps in fighting coronavirus. That's why you got to get out and get some sun. Spend some time in the sun and outside. All of these systems are regulated through a space called the third eye. And it's a space of insight, and it's a space of light. I love that it's a space of light, y'all. Why? Because when you talk about light, you can't get any quicker. Sound, right? We have sound. Everybody clap your hands. Hey, hey. When I was in college, they would say, everybody clap your hands. Why? Why is it? Why is it that no matter where you went to school, no matter how old you are, when somebody gets into a space, everybody clap your hands, clap, right? We just do it. I love it, the culture of that. That's going to be generational. My kids do that. I'm like, what y'all know about that? That sound that seemed instantaneous, that sound was traveling at 720 miles per hour. 720 miles per hour. Your trained ear can't tell. From 10 feet away, I think it's 7 milliseconds that it takes. There's a lapse of time, but it's so fast we can't really perceive it, right? We think it's instantaneous. 720 miles per second, right? Per hour. If you get to the point where you can go 108, that's 726 miles per second. Light travels 186,000 miles per second. So can you imagine how powerful light is? I leave to you some wisdom that my dad taught me, Haywood H. Carr. He said, the only thing faster than the speed of light and the speed of sound combined is a change of mind. So when you are activating your third eye, when you're operating from a space of light, that's how quickly you can choose to go negative or to go positive. That's how quickly you can choose to dive into some negative vortex or dive into a reminder that you're here for a purpose. That is the power of that third eye. So we're going to work that power today. We're going to work that energy today. We're going to be in a space of love and affirmation, and we're going to balance that sun solar energy in that pineal gland. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. The balanced third eye gives you heightened intuition. It puts you in a space where you understand and you tap into what's real. When it's imbalanced, those of you who may experience headaches, dizziness, fearfulness, anxiety, and you can't get out of that loop, and you realize that it's not biochemical, not for you who've gone through that and understand that it's something that's biochemical and you worked really hard to work on that, but you know it's something else. It could be an imbalance in your third eye chakra. So move that energy into as we open it in, as we focused on command and self-command. The word that we say, the mantra, the vowel sound that comes with the third eye chakra is Om. And we spell it A-U-M. Aum. Aum. So say Aum. Good. Now let's try how we would chant it. Aum. You try it. Good. Keep that in your consciousness today as we go through the practice. And as we move through this space, we'll come back to it as well. Awesome. Y'all ready to do this? I am too. I love it. I'm seeing no chats. That means that everybody's ready. Let's go. Find a seated position where you can sit upright in your space, where you can feel comfortable and you can feel focused. Imagine that there is a thread that is attached to the crown of your head, and it is lifting your spine upward. As that space is lifting your spine upward, you are relaxing your shoulder blades, the back of your body, allowing the flesh on your shoulder blades to descend toward the floor. You can place your hands on your thighs or your knees, a comfortable position there. And I want you to keep your eyes open for a moment. I want you to find a point directly in front of you and focus on it. Relax your gaze now, and we're going to open this light energy inside our third eye with a yogic eye exercise. Like, Rev, I didn't know I would be working my eyes today. We're going to work our eyes. Focusing straight ahead, we want you to pick a point that you can trace a straight line directly up as far as you can look to the ceiling without closing your eyes. Focus all the way to the top. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Slowly trace that line back down to center. Inhale. Exhale. Take that line all the way to the bottom, as low as your eyes will go. You'll start to see your nose. You'll start to see, if you're me and you haven't shaved in a week, you'll start to see some lip hair. Whatever it might be, you'll see that there. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to elongate your breaths. Now trace the line from the bottom all the way back up to the top point. Inhale. Exhale, trace the line all the way to the bottom point. Now, moving only with your breath, as fast as your breath allows you, take an inhale, take the eyes all the way to the top. Exhale, take the eyes all the way to the bottom point. Do not move your head. Do not move your body. Only use your eyes. As you are focusing this energy from the top point to the bottom point, feel the vibrational light energy is coming from the center of the forehead, just above your eyebrows. Bring the eyes back to center. Allow the eyes to gently close. We're going to take a deep breath together and repeat the mantra. Inhale. Exhale. Om. Open your eyes. Same center point. This time, take the eyes to the top left corner of the room, as far as you can look up to the top left. Take a deep breath. Exhale, trace a straight diagonal line from the top to the bottom right corner with both eyes, keeping your head straight and not moving your head. Inhale. Exhale. On an inhale, take the eyes from the bottom right corner to the top left corner on a straight diagonal line. Inhale. Exhale, take the eyes back down to the bottom right corner. Moving only as fast as your breath allows you. Take a couple of rounds of taking that eye line to that top left corner point on an exhale, inhale, and on an exhale to the bottom right corner. Bring the eyes back to center on that diagonal line. Allow the eyes to close now. Take a deep breath in, exhaling the mantra. Allow the eyes to open. And you already know where we're going because yoga is about balance. Take the eyes to the top right corner. Inhale. Exhale. Trace a straight diagonal line to the bottom left corner. Inhale. Exhale. On your own, as fast as your breath allows you to. On an inhale, take the eyes to the top right corner. The breath is completely full when you rest to that corner. On an exhale, take the eyes to the bottom left corner. And on the exhale, your body is completely empty. Bring your eyes back to the center. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the mantra. Place your hands together at prayer at your heart center. Thumbs touching your chest lightly, your breastbone. Fingers pressed together, palms pressed together, fingers either together or spread. Take a deep breath and inhale. Exhale on your own and set your intention for today. Set the intention for your practice, for your energy. I won't give intention, I won't assign intention. Maybe your intention is to be stronger. Maybe your intention is to make it through. Maybe your intention is to open that third eye more. Maybe it's to hear a word. I don't know. You take a moment to absorb that intention. As we embrace that tension now, that intention, take a deep breath in. Exhale, Aum. Aum. Good. Allow your eyes to open. Shake your hands out. Roll your shoulders back toward the back of the room. Begin to loosen that body up. Today I encourage you all here in this space, in a safe distance environment. I feel very cavernous today. Like we got safe distance, Sister Kanitha, Sister Alicia here with y'all. I'm here with y'all. Let's get this done. Take a deep breath in. Come to all fours on your mat or on the floor. As you're in a space of all fours, make sure that your body is squared. That means that your knees are underneath your hips. Your back is not rounded. Your back is not arched. Your back is flat like a tabletop. Take a note and look at your wrists. Make sure that your wrists are not hyperextended in front of you or underextended below you. Make sure that your wrists are directly in line with your shoulders. That will give you core stability. It will give you that square energy that you need to stay strong. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Lift your navel up and inward towards your spine. For the continuation of today's practice, you will lift that navel in and inward and upward and inward toward your spine. This gives you a contraction space here, and even as you are breathing, it allows your midsection to gain strength, and it allows your posture to stay intact. Good. Look to the front of your mat. Reach your hands forward toward the front of the mat. Good. Extend your fingertips. Dig your palms down into the mat. Move your knees toward the outer edges of the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Bring your two big toes together. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Sit your hips back on your heels as you reach forward with your fingers. Child's pose. If at any point you need to see a demonstration, if you need to see that happening, and you say, wait a minute, he said a pose I didn't see, just look up from the mat and take a look. Child's pose. It is a position of rest. As we say, namaste, the divine in me sees the divine in you. You can also take this position of rest anytime. And if we're in a position that's challenging for your body, you can say namaste in child's pose. Namaste. All right. So if you have a block or a brick and you're in child's pose and you need that space there to rest your head on, you can rest your head on a block or a brick. If you have a pillow and you're new to yoga, you can put the pillow between your body. Same thing. But as it is a position of rest, it is also a position of tension and strength for your body. So as you sit your hips further back, elongating the spine, you are reaching your hands, stretching them forward, creating space in your spine. Sometimes I'll hear that, click it or tick it. And when I'm hearing something, I'm like, oh, that felt good. You don't want it to get the click and it feels bad. So again, breathe through. Deep breaths, extending the breath into your lower body, breathing into the space under your arms. We can be technical, so into your latissimus muscles and maximum and minimal. Look, that space under your arms on the side of your body, see if you can get your breath into that. Good. Excellent. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. Deep breath in. Exhale your mantra. Deep breath in. Imagine the light energy coming out from between your eyebrows, just above them. Inhale. Exhale, Aum. Good. Drive your palms down into the mat. Spread your fingers. Come up on all fours. Move your feet toward the edges of the mat. Tuck your toes. Good. Lift your hips toward the sky. Straighten your arms. Straighten your legs. Push back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is a rest position as well. But with downward facing dog, we want to make sure we create that pyramid. If you need to take a moment to take a look, you can. At any point that you fall out, you can get back into it. You can drop to your knees and take a breath. At any point you need to rest in child's pose, you can do that too. But we encourage you to be a yes today. You're going to be a yes. You showed up today, so let's get something out of it. So lift those hips a little higher. Good. Lift the kneecaps up towards your hips. It's going to engage the front of your quad muscles. It's these muscles right here. Good. Raise up on your tippy toes as you drop your head and your chest closer towards your thighs. Good. Now lower yourself back down onto your heels if you can. Some people can make it to their heels. Some people won't. Do what your body tells you to do. Downward facing dog. I'm going to call that position again in a few minutes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float to the front of your mat. Put your feet between your hands. Good. Allow yourself to simply hang there for a minute. Fold your arms. Hold your elbows. Move from side to side. Ragdoll. Lift your heels up one at a time. Sway a little bit. Wake up the quads. Wake up the hamstrings on the back of your legs. And understand that everybody isn't going to fold all the way to the floor. Sometimes you got to bend your knees. Sometimes you want to put your hands on a block. That's fine too. Do what your body allows you to do. And if your body allows you to do it, do a little bit more. All right. Allow your hands to dangle toward the floor. Inhale, come halfway up. Place your hands on your ankles if you can, or your shins if you can, or your knees if you prefer. But we want your back to be straightened, not arched. We don't want it to be hyperextended either, but we want that halfway lift so that you're halfway up. That's halfway lift, looking ahead of your mat. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. If you're advanced, place your hands behind your ankles and go into a full fold. If not, you can use a block. You can bend your knees, but allow yourself to bend beginning at the lower back. So everybody take an inhale, come back up to halfway lift. Exhale, begin to bend at the lower back, at the lower back, at the lower back, till you can bend no more. Lift that navel in and up toward the spine. Then allow the upper back, the thoracic spine, the shoulder blades to bend. Then finally allow the head to drop. So no looking forward, allow that head to drop. At this point, you might want to take 2 peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes to pull yourself deeper into that lunge. I know some of y'all are out there because I can feel you. You're out there pulling it deep. That's what I want you to do. I want you to feel it. This is actually an ajna, a third eye pose. So find the stillness in the forward fold and hold it. A lot of times when we get into vinyasa or flow yoga, we want to flow through really quickly, and it's easy to do. But then when we get to a point where we have to hold a pose, it becomes a challenge. That's more the Iyengar style, holding the pose to get the maximum benefit. The breathing part, the yin energy, right? So let's breathe into that. If you're in that space, breathe in deep. And when you exhale, if you can, you might want to breathe, stretch a little bit deeper, fall a little bit deeper into it. We're putting our music on in the space so we can groove. All right, take an inhale and exhale here. On an inhale, come to standing, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up, reaching toward the ceiling, straight up and looking between their palms toward the sky. Good, we feel that energy. That is extended mountain pose. We're extending ourselves, but as we're extending ourselves, we're dropping the skin on our shoulder blades toward the floor, rolling our shoulders down so that we don't have tension in our ears. We're not trying to block out the sound by creating tension. with our ears. We are relaxing even as we are stretching up toward the sky. Place the palm of your hands together. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Press them together. Deep inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands to your sides. Palms to your sides or palms open. Roll your shoulder blades up towards your ears. Roll them back toward the back of the room. Roll them down toward the floor. Good. Now we begin to feel that energy of Tadasana. This is a standing pose, but it is an energy pose. So as we are in this standing energy pose, we want you to lift your toes up. Drive the four corners of your feet, inside and outside top, inside and outside back. Drive them into the mat or the floor. Then lay your toes down and drive them in. This is going to activate your shins and your lower body. Lift that navel up and in toward the spine. Good. Turn your thighs, turn your kneecaps, turn everything inward. Bring everything at the lower body inward so that you activate. It's going to make you lift your kneecaps up towards your hips. That's going to activate those quads. Now we're listening. Now we've got that good posture. Now we've got that energy. We're shooting our fingertips down toward the floor. Feeling that cord suspending us toward the ceiling. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. Now we're going to salute the sun. Sun salutations. We're going to do this together. We're going to breathe on this together. Y'all ready for it? Yes, you are. We are always ready for it. Extended mountain pose. Reach toward the ceiling. Exhale, starting with the lower spine, reaching forward, forward fold. All the way to the floor. Bend your knees if you have to. Inhale, halfway lift. Look at you. You know this language already. Didn't know you were getting it. Exhale, hands on the floor. Take it back to a push-up position. High or low plank. Good. Take it to the up push-up position. And bring your butt down, because sometimes we like to put our butt down. Well, this ain't downward facing dog yet. We want a straight line. So we're going to prove we're in a straight line. Lower yourself to a low push-up position. Matter of fact, lower yourself all the way to the floor. Make sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders. Good. If you are thinking, well, I don't do push-ups, I'm not in a push-up position, it's not going to help me, put your knees on the floor. Drop your knees to the ground. You can drop your knees and you'll be fine if you need to rest in that position. Halfway up in a push-up position. Come halfway up. That's low plank. Good. That is low plank. Come all the way back down to the floor. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Engage your quads. Good. Keeping those toes connected to the floor, keeping those feet connected to the floor. We want you to push up the upper part of your body. Raise the upper part of your body by pressing down into your hands and lifting your crown toward the sky, lifting your chest off the mat. Raise your gaze, fix your gaze, your eyes toward the top of the room. Roll your shoulders back and down. This is upward facing dog. For you advanced yogis, your thighs may come off the mat because you've engaged your lower body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. If you want the extra weight, do 5 push-ups here. If not, press back into downward facing dog. Raise your hips, tuck your toes, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Excellent. Now we are working. Let's do that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Modification for those who are feeling winded. You can drop to your knees if you need to. Remember, you can go to child's pose if you need to, but you're not going to quit. That's what you're not going to do. Your body is asking you to have a new birth right now. It's asking for a new level of fitness, and that's what you're here for. And it's aligning with your mind and your spirit, and you are a yes, and you got this. I don't care how old, how young you are. You got this. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, float, or jump between them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Let's get those deep inhales in through your nose and out through your nose. If you're feeling winded, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do what your body tells you to do. Last big inhale, make it a big one. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths there. Your breath will get you through. Do not shorten, do not constrict your breath. Your breath is what's saving you. Your breath is what's moving you through this practice. Without breath, we don't live. Use your breath. Your breath is a tool, it is a gift. Last big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step or jump, float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. We're moving this prana, we're moving this energy, we're moving this ashe through your body now. We're waking it up, this solar energy, the sun energy of Namaskara. Good. Pay attention. Inhale, big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float to between your hands. Inhale up into chair. The chair pose is very simple. You want to sit back and squat. Reach forward and up. Place your feet together, or if they need to be shoulder distance for some of you, that's fine too. Squat as low as your body allows you. Lift that navel in and up toward the spine. Fight the urge to arc over. See if you can make a straight line between your arms, your wrists, your spine. Tuck the chin slightly. Fix the gaze upward. 2 more breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, step just the right foot forward. Inhale, raise the arms. Warrior 1 on the right side. Now I want you to check in with your body with me. You check in wherever you are. Drop your arms. Place your hands on your waist. Make sure that your hips are square with the front of the room. If you're facing me, your hips are square toward me. Make sure that your knee is not protruding forward or protruding backwards. That is directly 90 degrees angle, directly over your ankle. Your back foot, if you're going to take it to a low lunge, you can take it to a low lunge if you want. But the traditional pose, your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. The blade side, which is the back side of your foot, is driving into the mat as you're lifting the inner side, the arc side. And you're lifting that kneecap up to engage the quad. Good. We're facing forward, squared hips, squared shoulders. Roll the shoulders up toward the ears. Roll them toward the back of the room. Now drop them down. And as you drop them down, raise those hands toward the ceiling. Look between your palms. Warrior one on the right side. All right, let's begin to move this. Now that we know what we're doing, let's move it through. Big inhale, send those thumbs to the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Point those toes toward the back of the room. Lift those shoulders up. Drop those shoulders down. Lift that chest up. Open and expand that chest. Deep inhale in. Press back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Deep breath in here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step your left leg forward. Warrior one, left side. Inhale up. Check in with your body and see where it is. Same thing. Right angle on that front knee. Blade side of that back foot driving into the mat. Kneecap lifting up to engage the quad. Hips squared toward the front. If you need a grace, you can take a grace there. Do what your body allows you to do. You might have to shorten your stance. You might have to lengthen your stance if your body is responding better. That is for you to check on. You might use this opportunity if we're in this space for a low lunge. You may want to add a twist. If you are advanced yogi, get yours in. Take a deep breath. Send those hands up toward the sky, thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale, warrior one, right side. Inhale up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Step forward, come up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Hold it right there. Take a few deep cleansing breaths to align that breath with that body. Good. We're moving now. That sun energy is now, that solar energy is coming through in our space right now. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the mantra. Good. From warrior one, drop that right hand toward the front of the room. Pivot that body to the left. Open up to warrior two. Check in with your body. We're in warrior two now. Chest is facing sideways. Our face is fixed forward. Our gaze is fixed over our middle finger. Our arms are even. Feel the energy of your front, your right wrist being pulled forward as your left wrist is being pulled backwards. That opened the chest, didn't it? Roll your shoulders back and down. Warrior two. Deep breath in warrior two. Turn your right palm upwards. Pivot that right palm toward the sky as you trace your left hand down that left leg. Reverse warrior. Look up toward the sky. Good. Pay attention here. Drop your hands back down to warrior two. Now turn on your mat sideways so that you're in a star position. Square the outer edges of your feet with the outer edges of your mat. Good. Take a deep inhale here. Place your hands on your hips. Exhale into a forward fold, beginning with your lower spine. Then allowing the chest to drop, then allowing the head to drop. If you have a pillow or a block, we're going to be in this position for a minute. You can grab your ankles. Spread your legs toward the edge of the mat. Grab your ankles for a forward fold. You can rest your head on a block or a pillow. You can rest your arms on a block or a pillow. Whatever's going to be comfortable for you, find that position as we have a wide-legged forward fold position of rest. Sending the light energy through our third eye. For some of you, it's resting the elbows on a block or a pillow or a book. For some, it's only coming halfway up, but still releasing the tension in the neck. For others, it's grabbing the outer ankles and driving yourself downward into a good stretch. 3 more deep breaths here. Opening the hips, stretching the hamstrings, releasing the tension in the spine. Great job, y'all. Inhale. Exhale. To come out of the pose, inhale and slowly lift yourself back up, raising yourself vertebra by vertebra. Good. Coming back into the star position with hands to our sides. Turning back now to the right, back into warrior two. From warrior two, raising the hands back up into warrior one on the right side. Inhale, send the thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do our body right. Big inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale up into warrior one. Now you got it. Now you know what we're going to do. Inhale and then exhale into warrior two. Feel that tension of that left wrist being pulled forward, the right wrist being pulled backwards, the shoulders rolled back and down, chest open, fixing your gaze over your middle finger. I'm giving you the middle finger. Look over the middle finger. Good. Inhale, turn your palm, front palm upward. Drop your right hand down, trace the back of your leg. Reverse warrior. Big inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Square those heels, those feet with the side of the mat. We're going back down into a wide-legged forward fold from the star position. Place your hands on your back. If you want advanced energy here, clasp your hands behind your back. So for those of you who want to go for the advanced yoga position, advanced strength position, clasp your hands behind your back. Keep your arms straight. Begin to bend at your waist until you find your space of rest. And do what your body says do. Some people, flexibility, they have natural flexibility. You continue to do these practices, you're going to get more flexible than you ever have in your life. But even if you don't have the flexibility, do what your body tells you to do. And use the breath to expand that flexible moment. If you're at home and you're super flexible, take those arms up to a 90-degree angle. Make them perpendicular with the floor. Feel that work. Find your block, find your position, find your space, find your rest. Y'all are looking good. Y'all are feeling good. We see you, Sam. We see you, Edwina. We see you, Rosetta. We see you, Treese. We feel all of y'all. I know y'all are doing it. Mari Mariah, feel your energy too. We know you're in there. You're breathing in that restful space. Club Clean Time, we see you. Sandra, we see you. We feel you. Toya, we got you. Charles, we know you're there. CW, we feel you in the house. Steph Atkinson, we know you're in the house and we know you're putting it in. We're putting in the work. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Deep breath in, come all the way to standing, back in that star position. Good. Inhale, turn back to the left, back to warrior two on that left side. I love it because y'all got this now. Big inhale, come back up to warrior one. Exhale, low plank. Let's vinyasa, let's flow it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step or jump your hands forward. Inhale, extended mountain pose, driving those feet into the mat, lifting that navel up and in toward the spine. Clap your hands together at the top. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Big inhale here. Exhale the mantra. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the side. Good. Shake it out. We're feeling good. We're in this space. We're going to hold a pose called eagle. For those of you who know about eagle, you can start to move into eagle now. Eagle pose is going to stretch your shoulders. It's going to constrict your insides. It's going to clear your digestive tract some. It's going to open up some of those body systems and your kidneys. We're going to get into that space. So the first thing I want you to do is stand at Tadasana, mountain pose. Awesome. Get your balance. Dig those feet in. Get that space where you can. And as you are in Tadasana, I want you to lift that right knee at a 90-degree angle. Put it back down. Lift it again. Marching band, they would put us like this and then go in and eat lunch. And you come back as a freshman. And so you learn to do that 90-degree and point that toe down and all of that. So I'm not going to do that to you. Drop it. Pick it back up. Good. Now, cross it over your leg, over your left leg. You can cross it just above the knee. You can cross it just below the knee. You can simply cross it and hold it there. For those of you who are advanced yogis and you're ready for eagle pose, you begin the squat. So lower yourself down on your left leg. Begin to bend your left leg and then wrap your leg entirely around the other leg. And if you wobble like I do, then that just means you're working hard at it. So wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby. Get in there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's the bottom part. Stand on up because I'm going to teach you the top part. Top part is simple. Hug yourself. That's eagle. See if you can align your elbows so that they're pointing directly from the center of your body. That's eagle. That's simple. That's eagle. If you're at home and you're hugging yourself and you cross your leg and you squat, that's eagle. For the more advanced people who want more pose in there, you can also put your left arm up, point it toward the center of your third eye where your thumb is pointing toward, and hold your elbow in with your right hand to create the tension. That's eagle two. And the longest manifestation of eagle is hold the left hand up, the palm up, hold the elbow center of the body, take the right hand out, wrap under, cross elbows, and wrap around so that your palms or your fingertips match. Now you see mine, it's not going to be perfect. Some people can clap their hands together, literally. It's amazing. I love it. One day, when I first started, this is all I could do. But now I can rap. So left arm over, right arm under. Let's try to go into the pose. Tadasana. We get to this, y'all, I tell you, it's only by 2 more poses, and then we're into Shavasana. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's go. Into eagle. Lift that leg. Wrap it as you can. Begin the squat. Left arm over. Right arm under. Pause and hold it. I'll do it from the side for those of you who are getting into it. If you fall out of it, good. Get back into it. Lift that spine. If you feel unchallenged, take it a little bit deeper in the squat. But remember to breathe. Got it. Good. Breathe in that Latimesia, you know, just like you tell everybody. That space of breath is what's going to tell you, it's going to save you. It's what's going to keep you there. 2 more breaths in eagle. Yes, and if you just you can cross your foot there. That's eagle too. Inhale. Exhale, untangle to release. Eagle on the left side. Right foot planted. Lift that left knee. Cross it over. Squat. Right hand up, right palm up. Thumb facing toward that third eye. Hold it there if you got it. If you don't have it, wrap it the other way. One of 2 things is going to happen in this moment, I'm guaranteeing you. Your body, you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, I could rap easier on this side. Or you're saying, wait a minute, I can't do anything on this side. It's because each of us has a body where their sides are going to be different. It's natural. So one side is going to be stronger than the other. If you're right-handed or left-handed. Brothers, if you wear your wallet on the left side or right side of your body most of your life, that's going to affect your flexibility and your movement. Don't judge it. Just accept it and stay in the flow. Eagle, 2 more breaths. Good. Release to come out of it into Tadasana. All right. Let's go for our other pose that's going to help us with this space of our Ajna, third eye. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Reach toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Now listen carefully. On an exhale, 1 elbow at a time, lower an elbow to the floor. Keep your palms in position. Keep your head facing towards your knees. I didn't say straighten, I didn't say bend your knees. So if you need to take a break for a second to see that, that's called dolphin. Try to keep from dropping your head to the floor. We don't want to put strain on your neck. Dropping down. So basically, downward facing dog with your elbows touching. Still lifting those hips up toward the sky. Let's see if we can get 3 breaths. If you need to drop to your knees, we understand. Press those palms into the mat. That will help you get stability. 2 more breaths here, y'all. This is dolphin. This is giving you that extra igniting energy and that light energy of your space of your third eye. Take a deep breath. Exhale the mantra. Deep breath in. Exhale the mantra 1 time. Good. Lower your knees. Send them toward the edge of the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Good. Press yourself back into child's pose. Congratulate yourself, y'all. Y'all gotten through the toughest parts now. You've gotten through the toughest parts. Good. Deep breath to recover. You've given a yes on the mat so far. Inhale, come to all fours. Experienced yogis out there, you can lift yourself up, bring your legs through to a seated position. Everybody else can just come to a seated position, either by swiveling or by jumping through. Seated position. Good. Seated position with your feet facing in front of you. If you need your strap or your towel, you can do that because we're going to do a seated leg extension. That means that you're going to tuck your right foot into your inner left thigh, dropping your knee toward the floor. Pointing your toes toward the ceiling, you're now going to square your hips toward your left foot. Extend your arms as if you're in extended mountain pose and begin to bend forward until you reach your foot. Grasp your toes, grasp your feet, or grasp your thighs, grasp your knees, grasp your ankles. If you have a towel or if you have a strap, wrap the strap around the ball of your foot. You're at home, which is what I love, because you are, and if you need a modification, if you have a block, if you have an issue there, you need to sit on a block, sit on a block. It'll give you more flexibility. Wrap your strap around your leg. Inhale and allow yourself to pull yourself down. Good. You'll see that as you exhale, you can pull yourself a little deeper. Seated single leg extension. Deep breath and an exhale. Inhale, release, and come up out of the pose. Switch legs. Extend your right leg. Tuck your left foot into the inner right thigh. Point your toes toward the ceiling. Square your hips in the other direction with your foot. Extend your arms toward the ceiling. Look up and extend forward. Wrapping that towel if you need to, that strap if you got it at home, placing it there, shifting on your block or your pillow, whatever you have at home that's helping you. Get to that, get to that. And if you're able, allowing your head to extend towards your knee, dropping and releasing all tension in the back. Finding a place of stillness to breathe in. When you find a place of stillness and breathe, you keep yourself from going into the, I can't do this, oh, this is hurting, oh, You start constricting your breath in your throat, and that continues to raise the adrenaline levels. You don't want to do that. You want to relax. So relax that throat, relax that face. Good. Breathe into it. You got that. Two more deep breaths here in the stillness. Exhale to release. Come on out of it. Good. Put both feet toward the front of the mat. Lie all the way back on your mat or on the floor. I know you're saying, hey, this is my favorite pose. It should be. You did the work, it should be. Now, I want you to bend your knees. Bring your feet toward your buttocks. Good. Now, I want you to bring your feet together. I want you to drop your knees toward the outer edges of the mat. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Advanced yogis, you can place the strap around your wrists, around your ankles if you'd like to pull your ankles in closer. For everyone else, place your hands on your thighs, your inner thighs. Press your knees apart and downward. Now place one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. Roll your shoulders back and down. Allow them to melt into the mat so that your spine is in alignment with the mat. Release the tension in your face if you have any. Take a deep filling breath. You'll feel it with your hands traveling into your body, up from the root, all the way through your stomach and your belly into your chest. Exhaling to release. Butterfly pose. Supta Baddha Konasana. Allow your eyes to close if you'd like. Rest position that is also opening up the hips, relieving that space where stress finds itself living. Releasing all tension in the face. Good. Taking a deep breath. Now extending those feet toward the ends of the mat, straightening the legs, pointing the toes toward the ceiling, bringing the hands to the side, palms facing up. Take a deep inhale. Drop those feet toward the outer edges of the mat. Allow those toes to fall to the side. You have reached Shavasana, corpse pose. If those of you who like Shavasana to be kind of cool, you can hop up and turn off the lights if you want. Put your soothing music on. If you do that quick. We're going to get into space now. I'm going to dim the lights in here. When you're doing a class with me, y'all know at the end of class in Shavasana, I smudge, which is a sacred healing ritual ceremony. Today I'm smudging with sage, lavender, and Palo Santo, which translates as holy wood. So that's the energy that I'm putting into the air along with the sound. Trust that I'm smudging in this space for you too. So wherever you are, allow your eyes to close. Receive the sacred energy. Put yourself in a space where you can hear and congratulate that spirit within you. Congratulate yourself for making it through this practice, through this energy right now. come forth today in the body proper, an eternal soul of no beginning and no end. I lay claim to the birthright of regeneration and divine power as the very essence of what I call me is ever reborn in these moments of remembrance. I remember in this moment who I am. I am made in the image and likeness of God. And so I am healthy. I am whole. I cede control of my pathway to my inner eye, my intuition, the space of higher consciousness where I connect with my God force. The wisdom, the strength, the beauty that keeps me balanced and moving forward in love. I proclaim in this moment of stillness that all my needs are met. My heart and my mind is clear. I release any need, desire, or conditioning to tear myself apart, either from the inside out or the outside in, from the judgments and definitions of others. I am safe. I am whole. I see clearly in this moment what is true. My essence is love. My essence is power. These will cover and guide me to play and to roam in the fields of my dreams. I know these things to be true, and so it is. Allowing yourself to come back into the consciousness of this moment. Whatever lands you have journeyed to, whatever plane you have existed in, I invite you to begin to feel the way the skin feels on your clothes now. The way the carpet fibers feel against your skin or your sweatsuit. The way your mat feels against your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, returning back into this space of regeneration. Taking one deep inhale in. Exhale, allow yourself to roll over to one side. Spend a couple of moments in the fetal position. Hugging yourself, loving yourself. It's all right. We all need that love. Pressing yourself together in that divine ball of light. Recognizing that all is well. Taking a few more deep breaths. Now pressing yourself back up to seated position. Coming back into the awareness of this space. of this body in this awesome moment. Placing your hands at heart center to end the physical part of the practice, accepting this divine intention, accepting moving into this space of divine light, and accepting this prayerful space of meditation and understanding and acceptance and regeneration, giving ourselves 3 good, deep ohms together. Inhale. Release. Inhale and exhale here. Allowing the eyes to open as we come back to that original point that we focused on when we were opening our third eyes in the beginning, and recognizing as those gathered here in this space and as those gathered here at home, the principle of the divine light inside me, recognizing the divine light inside you. I give thanks from my heart space for being in this practice together. Namaste. Namaste. All right, y'all, come back to consciousness. Shake your hands out. How you feeling? How y'all feeling in this space? Y'all feeling good? Y'all all right? Good. How y'all feeling at home? Y'all feeling great? Good. We did good today. We pushed ourselves. We got into a great space of acceptance, of movement, and we pushed the envelope a little. So you advanced yogis. Hopefully you got yours in as well. We appreciate your energy in this space. That energy of balance is important. It's the yin and the yang. It's the energy that ignites your spine that is solar and lunar. Accept that energy because it all gets focused through that pineal gland. So as we begin to move toward the last part of our ceremony today, our last part is giving on 4 Sundays. So we snap and we give, because this is our giving moment. So as you're rolling off the floor to get to your device, to get to where you are, we invite you to recognize the gift of giving and the good things that have come to you in the world. And this is our opportunity to give it back. So I'm going to go put up the slide for you so that we can say our offertory affirmation together. And then we can participate in the wonderful act of giving. And y'all know Infinity folk, this is how we do it. We make sure that during the time of COVID, we have continued to give. And we have continued to make sure that this space exists not only for ourselves, but for others. And for people who are new, giving is a very important part. Those of you who are committed, as I do, as many people here in the space have, committed to that 10% of what I get in, I take as a first fruit and pour it back into the spiritual community that gives me life. That's why this energy vibration continues to grow and continues to go. So I'm going to check in and give congratulations. I'm going to invite you, place your hands over your heart or your giving device, whatever it is you might be giving through. You have ways to give, which include PayPal, which include Cash App, and include the U.S. Postal Service. It'll get here faster than those mail-in ballots. So let's take in a deep breath here, and let's speak aloud this powerful affirmation. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Everything is good, y'all. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. You know I got it good. So how do we give? We got it on the slide today. You can take a picture of the screen. Cash App, Infinity Fellowship. Everything is good. You can go via mail, 641 West Nocturne Drive. You can do PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. We see you, Rihanna. We feel you. Latanisha, we feel you. Nabashay, what you talking about out there? Edwina, TJ, Sister Sam, Sister Felina. I know y'all feeling good because I'm telling you, man, this is what it does. Oh, yeah. When I feel it after Yoga Sunday, I'm like, I'm ready to punch a hole in the wall or float through it, right? You're in the third eye chakra, so you're ready to float through the wall. I feel y'all. Good to see y'all there. Good to see y'all home. Good to see y'all back on. Good to have y'all on a beautiful Sunday. Awesome, y'all. I love it when we get to that space and we have made it into another time, another space. I want to, as we get ready to close out today, congratulate you again for doing the fourth Sunday, for getting to a space where you have an understanding that it all fits together, mind, body, and spirit. So coming up, we got some great things happening. We've got our affirmation call that I put up. For those of you who like that affirmation meditation, we do it in the middle of the week at noon every Wednesday. The number's up there, 605-313-4477, access code 666839#. So you can go back to that whenever you need to make sure that you can get that midweek boost. Also, remember your holiday safety measures. If you're gonna do this stuff, y'all, then make sure you stay outside if possible. 6 feet between chairs. BYOE. That means, as I said last week, bring your own everything. I know y'all don't want to mess with anybody's macaroni and cheese and potato salad anyway. So, bring your own macaroni and cheese, potato salad, and dig out your own plate. Keep it safe. Also, if you want to share, grill. Let people get their own stuff off the grill. Don't trip about the bathroom. If you're holding stuff outside, people are going to track it in. That's fine. But limit your circle first and foremost. New members orientation next week, y'all. We're going to be working through a wonderful Sunday in the studio. It's Fifth Sunday. But also afterwards, we're going to do new member orientation. So please, if you're ready for the new member orientation, we're going to do it via Zoom. Send us an email at infinitynashville@gmail.com and put new members in the subject line. We've already gotten several emails from all over the country, and I'm waiting to hear one from overseas. But those of you who join us overseas, plan for that. That's going to be at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's a couple hours after service, and we ought to be able to get that going in there and get it where we need to be. Those of you who are new, subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell your friends, Infinity Fellowship. Facebook, like us. Catch the stream there, Infinity Fellowship. Instagram, @the Infinity Fellowship. And if you want to keep up with whatever things are happening in between my world, when I'm trying to avoid social media, you can follow me at the Rev Jock on various forms of social media, and we'll keep that going and we'll keep that rocking. We want to thank you all for tuning in, being a part of the broadcast today. We want to speak that your life is continually amplified and magnified. Chaz, we with you, brother. Hey, that's what we're here. We're feeling peaceful. Rosetta, you made it through. Namaste. I'm on through all of these health victories. That's a metaphor. That right there, you teach on that all day. I made it through. That's what it's about. We made it through, and we made it through the cycle. Good to see you, Felina. Everything is good. Yes, Latamisi, ready for a nap? Latamisi, you've had a yoga weekend. We know. You've been teaching, you've been going to classes, you've been doing those things you do. So remember, y'all, we're going to talk to y'all again next week. We have a special 5th Sunday broadcast, interactive. We're wiring it so we can do it from the studio downstairs, so it'll be fun. We're also going to do something that's going to spiritually uplift you and pour into you. So remember, as we say in the words of our song, if today is a brighter day and we're on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. We remember yesterday, and yet today is the day God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of the God of your acceptance and understanding, the peace that passes all understanding and perception, the love of the ancestors, the wisdom of the cosmos rests, rules, rocks, and abides with you from this place henceforth, now and forever. We say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. So I'll talk to you next week. It's been Reverend Jeff reminding you, when you get information, you take it in. It's good because it becomes knowledge. You take knowledge, put it into action, and it becomes wisdom. So y'all be wise. We'll see you next time. Peace, blessings, love, and most importantly, power. Love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it either.